We have 40 pounds of product ready to ship. Ready to go.
Are you ready?
Who the hell are you?
You know.
You all know exactly who I am. Say my name.
You what? I don't have a damn clue who the hell you are.
Yeah, you do. I'm the cook. I'm the man who killed Gus Fring.
Bullshit. Cartel got Fring.
You sure? That's right. Now, say my name.
Heisenberg.
You're goddamn right. God.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
We're back with another live stream, the People's Podcast. Mucho gusto. I am the Ben Israel, the People's Champ, the Heisenberg of this ish, the Shogun of Charlotte, the Cookie Monster, the King of Queens, your one and only, the great one. I'm glad everybody is here. Sign in as you go ahead and come on in the door. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Smash the bell. Share to your socials. And as always, if you don't want to be here, don't be here. Move around. There are plenty of places to be out here in these YouTube streets. Plenty of places to be. But for those of you who are remaining, we are glad you are here. Check on in the chat. Salute to the chat and check on in. Content creators, you are welcome. Please let us know who you are so we can drop your links and spread the love. You are back. We doubling up here on the People's Podcast today, April 4th, 2024. 2024. Coming up on the bottom of the hour. 10:30 is coming up in about 6 minutes on the Eastern Standard Time Zone. Yo, we had a good conversation going earlier with my main man, the Cerebral Assassin Death Note. We had a newcomer to the scene. He was brother from the Brick City. That was Ant. Hopefully we can get them both back and we can get that conversation going again because it kind of got a little derailed. So we want to see if we can spark that magic Those brothers was having a good conversation, and I was just listening. I was listening, man. It was good. I was enjoying it. I don't get to be a fan on my own channel too much, so I was really enjoying just turning it over and letting them go for what they know. They both was in the post, man. Well, one of them was in the post, and one of them was spotted up behind the 3-point line. They was running a 2-man game, LeBron and AD or something. Shout out to LeBron. Shout out to LeBron, but we got a little bit derailed. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm hoping people come on back in, man. It was going good, and we got sidetracked with some ish, you know, and I let it go on a little bit too long, so I blame myself for letting too much of this happen.
I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said? Because I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you.
Yeah, I let a little too much of that happen, so that will not happen again. So yeah, man, good conversation, man. I normally don't do a morning show, and hell, that was a morning show that turned into morning to evening almost, damn near. I mean, we were rocking the mic for quite some time, you know, for quite some time. The chat was popping, the panel was going. We had a little bit of everything, little bit of everything going on. So man, maybe we'll get it going again. We'll see what happens. Well, I do it organic over here. I don't plan it. The link is in the chat. We are broadcasting live on YouTube, the People's Podcast. We're also broadcasting live on Van Johnson Facebook, on V Speaks Facebook. We are live for the millions and millions. But anybody wants to come up, is always welcome here. We very rarely, I don't think I've ever said no to anybody. And I don't think I've ever booted anybody. We try to have organic conversations that's relevant. And usually that's the flow. That's how it flows over here. That's usually how it flows. But we're going to see. There's always a first time for everything. But if Ant and Death Note are, are in attendance, please, my brothers, you can just skip right to the front of the line, hit the link, and I will bring you up immediately. Because I do apologize for allowing the show to get a little bit off rail earlier and interrupt y'all's conversation. And I want to get back to that conversation we were having about young men. And I don't want to talk too much about it unless they come, because it was their conversation. But it's one that's close to my heart as well. And I think both of them felt the same way, or had the same thinking that I do. And it's good to see that, hey, I'm not alone out here with this thinking. It's other men that's out here thinking, hey, we gotta get these boys, these young men, some resources. We gotta help them out, right? That's what we gotta do. One thing I am going to say, I am going to address the Lena situation real quick. She, something I was wrong about, and anytime I'm wrong, I like to correct myself. So she said I said something about talking to other women when I was on the stream or something, and I thought about it. I'm like, I hadn't done that on mine, but I remember there was a night I was on Almanai's stream, and one of her participants got a little flirty with me. I got a little flirty back. And this was during the time when Lena was not talking to me, when I was being ghosted, by the way. So me and the young lady ended up exchanging phone numbers, and we did have a couple of conversations offline. But that's it. So just I want to make sure the record is always accurate and reflected accurately. Um, so I like to acknowledge when I misspeak or if I say something that's not 100% accurate. I like to make sure I issue that correction, so I can maintain my journalistic integrity. I like to do that. I like to have my integrity intact. But other than that, it is what it is. I went back and listened to that whole podcast, by the way, the majority of it that led up to her coming on and accusing me of low key saying something. I didn't say nothing about her or about that situation. I gave Franklin a shout out, like, well, which I'll continue to do. But as far as me saying something low key that she kept saying, I didn't say nothing about her. Nah, I wasn't even really talking. Most of the talking was done by Death Note and. So you hear what you want to hear. And ladies, y'all do that a lot. You hear what you want to hear. So I don't know how she heard in that conversation that was some kind of low key shot at her. Not sure how she heard that, but I went back just to make sure. Didn't hear it. And even Death Note was like, what the hell is going on? Like, you just kind of came up and derailed our whole conversation. And I should not have allowed that. That wasn't the appropriate time for that conversation. But like I said, Death Note said, hey, anytime Franklin Stewart wants to come up, he is more welcome. We can do a whole show just dedicated to him. He wants to have the conversation to redeem himself. We can do it. But we're not going to be interrupting an existing show. That'll be the third time they've done that. And I'm not going to allow that to continue to keep happening, especially when a good show is already going on. That's not appropriate. It's disrespectful. But ladies, you're not going to understand the dynamics that happen between men. It's not your job to understand. Men have our own dynamic. We got our own rules. You know, we don't have time to sit off and explain to y'all bystanders why certain things are happening. These are the rules. So if you don't know the rules, you don't need to be on the court. Where I'm from, they call it a rough. Other places they call it a 21. Same thing. Play basketball. You play a rough or a 21. If you don't understand how that works, you don't need to have your ass on the court. We don't have time to stop the game and teach you the rules. And if you ain't good enough to ball, where you can learn the rules on the fly, like everybody else had to, we ain't stopping the game for you either. We gonna get this rough going. We gonna get this 21 going. That's for ballers. That's for ballers. Respect my call. But I welcome everybody coming in, popping in and out. You are now tuned in to the best. You are rocking with the best on the People's Podcast. I am V-Ben Israel, the People's Champ. I am your host. And we're going to see where this takes us tonight. No schedule. We going to flow as long as we can flow. That's what we're going to do over here. But I see the haters are popping in and out. Ain't no drama going on. So they like to come in and see if there's any drama. If there was some drama or something messy going on, or they'll sit and listen to that. When you have an intelligent conversation, they don't want to talk. They don't want to hear it. In and out. I've seen about 10 people since I've been talking pop in and out. And ain't none of them hit the like button while they was doing it. At least do that. They ain't gonna do that because they haters. They are haters. But it's Thursday, man. We're almost at the end of this week. Friday is right around the corner. Right around the corner. Sabbath day is coming, y'all. Anybody got plans for their Sabbath day? And remember, Sabbath day starts Friday sundown, and it lasts till Saturday sundown. That is your Sabbath day. You have any plans? How you gonna fellowship? No buying and selling, people. That means you can't be shopping. Unless you're gonna wait and go after sundown Saturday. Or before sundown Friday. That's your choice. That's your choice. Lie is a lie, people. And unfortunately, as men, we were told a lot of lies. As women, y'all were told a lot of lies. Society, you know, and it's time for us to acknowledge the lies, call them out, and start making solutions to repair, you know, these lies, because they've destroyed our community. There is no black community. And women have isolated themselves totally. They're independent from the black community. The black community now is a few married men, children. Everybody else is independent. They've created a bunch of individuals. And unfortunately, it's a team sport. We have to function as a team because we're going out into the broader society and everybody else is functioning as a group, as a team. It's a team sport. Politics is a team sport. Economics is a team sport. We have to learn how to get along enough like piranhas where we're not eating each other and we have one common goal. That's what we need to get back to. That kind of a mindset. That kind of a mindset. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. No, V, you wrong, V. It ain't like that. We're gonna be individuals, V. It's better this way. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just been watching the last 50 years and I've seen the black community use Death Note's word become deplorable. It's become deplorable. Um yeah. Yeah, we gotta change. We gotta adapt. We gotta adjust because this paradigm shift we're in the midst of is happening as we speak, and most of us black folk are oblivious to it. We don't even know it's happening. Totally unaware of it. And when it finally gets into full force, it's gonna crush so many black people. AI, automation, Skynet is coming, y'all. Skynet is coming. Or they don't call it Skynet no more. Genesis, right? Genesis is coming. Those of you, if you know, you know. If you get the reference I just dropped. If you get the reference. But it's coming. And it's not 10, 20 years away. We're talking about the next 1 to 5 years. 1 to 5 years. It's going to be some serious shifts. I mean, think about 9/11. I mean, look how much changed because of 9/11 and rapidly. You know what I mean? It didn't take 10 years for those changes to kick in. Those changes started happening almost immediately. Almost immediately. So these paradigm shifts, they come fast. And you don't often have the foresight to see them as they're coming. Nobody knew 9/11 was going to happen and the changes that happened right after 9/11 was going to happen. I remember before 9/11, you took somebody to the airport, you could see that person all the way to the gate. You go all the way through the terminal to the gate and see your people get on the plane. Can't do that no more. You didn't have to take your shoes off. You didn't have to show 50 forms of ID and give a pint of blood and none of that foolishness to take your belt off. None of that. None of that was happening. None of it. All changed. All changed. And these paradigm shifts, I mean, they come fast, man. They come fast. Welcome to the People's Podcast. Hit that like button on your way in. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. Hit the subscribe button. And smash the bell. Share it to your socials. Hit the Cash App. Send me $2. $ V send to V. That goes to the Pure Leaf Tea Fund. That way you can keep my voice clear and we can keep rocking. Keep rocking the mic. Right? That's what it's for. Make sure you do those things. That's how you participate. Be active in the chat. Let us know you're here. Don't ninja watch. Let us know you're here. All are welcomed. We don't turn nobody around over here. But we talk about young men this evening and what kind of plans and solutions that we can come up with them. And young men, we're talking about Zoomers. That's high school age Zoomers. And Alpha. Alpha would be in elementary school. Those are the young men we need to be targeting. Only like 20% of our young men graduate college from a 4-year university. Our women only graduate college at 75% rate from a 4-year university or college. What about the other 75 to 80% that don't go to college and graduate? What are we telling them to do? Retail is going away, so they ain't going to be able to do that no more. They ain't going to be able to do retail. In customer service, all that's going away. We got to get these kids some skills. And as much as we get hair and nails and all of those kind of things and beauty supplies, for us to have no participation on an ownership level anymore is astounding. We need to be sending these boys to barbershop school. That's a good skill. Barbers make good money. And they can go anywhere in the country and be a barber. It's a mobile skill. It's not locked in to any particular area. People always got to get their hair cut. It's something to think about. You get your CDL in less than a month or two. Goods always got to be moved. They got to be moved. Instead of spending $100,000 trying to send a kid to school and they only graduating at a 25 to 20 ratio, that's a bad investment. Buy them a cargo van for $20,000. Let them start delivering. Let them start their own business. Get their feet wet. Plenty of YouTube channels on how to start cargo van businesses and expediting, box trucks, things of that nature, step by step. Big CJ is a good channel. You got Josh and Avery. They do it with a pickup truck and a trailer. You got a DDK. His channel is Cars and Cribs. You got Mark the Mentor. I mean, you got Eagle Express. You got a lot of good channels. And I'm just naming a few off the top of my head. You know, a lot of good channels, people sharing information and giving step-by-step tutorials on how to at least get going and what works for them and people in different areas of the country. So you might find somebody in your area that can help you. The gig geezer, he's in Colombia, and he typically tackles the southeast region. So that would be Columbia to Charleston to Charlotte to Atlanta. Sometimes he even goes into Florida. Lot of good information that man has. Older man. He used to run a tax business. Now he does expediting. Wealth of knowledge on here. You got to use it. Got to take advantage of it. We didn't have these tools before in previous generations. We didn't have these tools before. Hell, YouTube needs support. You need video editors. You need videographers. These are things these kids are already doing for fun. They can make money at it. If somebody shows them the value in it and how they can make money at it. They might not ready to be a content creator. They might not want to be a content creator, but they could be support. They're editing videos. They're making clips. They're making thumbnails and other things, graphic design type work. It's out there. It's out there. Get good, go around the country setting up studios for people. A lot of people want to set up little YouTube studios. They don't know what to do. These kids, some of them probably already experts at it. I mean, I started photography when I was 9 years old. You know, so by the time I graduated high school, I knew how to run printing presses and shoot negatives for newspapers and all kind of shit. Silk screening, I knew how to do it all. Put these young men to work. You got to start arming them up because we're sending them out into the world and we're asking them to compete with other groups of people who have invested heavily in their men. Black America is the only group that doesn't. We don't invest anything in our men, in our young men anymore. Every other group does. Um, Again, the link is in the chat. If you are in the chat, you're here watching, hit the like button. Let us know you're here. Say hello. Say hello to the people. Come on up. You got something to offer. You got thoughts on this. Participation. Participation. If you don't participate in the system, you can't expect the system or any system to work for you. It ain't going to work for you if you don't participate in it. That's why 80% of businesses fail in the first year. 98% fail within the first 5 years. We don't participate. We don't learn the game. We don't even know a game is being played most of the time. I mean, you take Asian kids, little Chinese kids. They people had them behind the register at an early age. At an early age, seeing they're absorbing this business mindset. Right? They mentor. That's a way of mentoring, you know. Now we start businesses, and these businesses we have don't even have no employees. It just be basically sole proprietorships. That ain't no business. You ain't no boss. You a boss of who? Yourself? I mean, sounds stupid. It takes a skill to manage people and run businesses. That's a skill. That's why 98% of them fail within 5 years. 80% of them fail within the first year. They don't even have no clue, you know, because everybody thinks they know and they know more than what they know, and they don't. They end up they jump out there and realize they don't know nothing. They had an idea, but they didn't really do any research. They didn't seek any counsel, any mentorship. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this, starting this business. What guidance can you offer me? Even at your local banks offer free business development. A lot of cities, especially larger cities like Charlotte, your Chamber of Commerce, they offer local development and minority development and all kind of. We don't take advantage of any of those programs, and then we let the foreigners come in and they take advantage of them. And we've been paying for them all of these years. And they wonder why people are opening businesses in our neighborhoods because we don't participate. We don't participate. And then, but because you're not participating, you're not in a position of power where you can protect your neighborhood. Other groups, they move in and then they start creating barriers to protect themselves while in the environment that they moved into. They use their language, their culture to protect themselves. It's not an accident that the Indians own all of the hotels. It's not an accident. Everybody carves out a piece of the hood for themselves. The Asians get the liquor stores, right? In states where they can open up their own liquor stores. The Africans have a couple of corner stores. The Arabs and Africans, the Middle Easterns, that's what they target. And they use their language to box us out. They use their culture to box us out. And we're so welcoming because we think everybody want to be black. No, they don't want to be black. They want what you have. They're not coming over here to be your friend. They're coming over here to take what you got and compete with you. But we're not training our young men to be competitive. And niggas always want to show their teeth. So you sitting there smiling and they taking your shit. Can you imagine you getting robbed and the whole time you getting robbed and stuck up at gunpoint, you smiling? That's essentially what we doing. Smiling the whole way. Unbelievable. Somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me. It's coming up to the top of the hour, April 4th, 2024, about 6 minutes to 11 here Eastern Standard Time. You are on the People's Podcast. Mucho gusto. I am V. Ben Israel, the People's Champ. You are now rocking with the best. No gimmicks over here. No clickbait over here. No drama. All organic, man. You getting that? You getting better than organic here. You getting that aeroponic over here. Getting them aeroponic, hydroponic over here. That's what you get. Getting that straight uncut. No filler, no preservatives. Getting that raw dog fish scale. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Where my people's at? Where are my people's at? Sound off. Check in. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Share. Drop something in the chat. hit the Cash App. Don't get content like I'm showing y'all things in the last 2 weeks. I know for a fact nobody else has done on YouTube. You're getting total, authentic, real content over here. Never happens anywhere else. You're getting the raw. No gimmicks, no clickbait. No Diddy. You get no Diddy over here. Shout out to Death Note, the Cerebral Assassin. But yeah. We gotta stop. We cooking ourselves, we gotta get out of the pot before we cook ourselves. What's for dinner? Rabbit stew. And we gotta stop doing that.
Say, that's a good idea, Geronimo. I haven't had a good hot bath in a long time. Wait a minute, I'll give you a hand. There, that's more like it. Oh! Easy does it. Hey, what's cooking, Chief? Something smells good. Hey, what are you having for dinner?
Rabbit stew.
Rabbit? Boy, I sure do love rabbit. Rabbit?
That's what we doing to ourselves. We cooking ourselves. We helping other people turn up the heat on us and putting our own asses back in the pot. That's what we doing. When we gonna stop? I guess you think that's air you're breathing.
This is a sparring program, similar to the programmed reality of the Matrix. It has the same basic rules like gravity. What you must learn is that these rules are no different than the rules of a computer system. Some of them can be bent. Others can be broken. Understand? Then hit me, if you can. Good. Adaptation, improvisation. But your weakness is not your technique.
Who's this fighting Neo?
did I beat you?
You're too fast.
Do you believe that my being stronger or faster has anything to do with my muscles in this place? You think that's air you're breathing now?
You think that's air you're breathing? I keep replaying these clips because it's gonna. I'm not here to save everybody. Everybody can't be saved, but somebody, one or two of y'all, it's gonna. You're gonna get it. It's gonna click, and I love those moments when that spark happens to somebody, and you start to get it. Start to get it. That's a beautiful thing. I'm here to save the chosen few that can't be saved. I hope that makes sense. Everybody can't be saved. A lot of you don't want to be saved. You're still plugged into the matrix. Remember the scene in the movie where Morpheus was walking and Neo was following him on the street, and Neo was bumping into everybody, and then he got distracted by the woman in the red dress, and Morpheus asked him, "Were you listening to me, or are you paying attention to the woman in the red dress?" Look again. When he looks again, the agent got a gun in his face. That's y'all. Neo is, what's that? That's an agent. It's a sent in your program. If you're not one of us, you're one of them. Some of y'all are so hopelessly ingrained into the system, you will die to protect it. You will die to protect it. How prophetic. How prophetic that movie was. Amazing. Free and amazing. I'm gonna go for a few more minutes. Trying to get some traction. Ain't nobody getting no traction. Nobody giving me no traction tonight. Just popping in and out. Looking for drama. Looking for the same old, same old. Looking for that artificial shit. You don't want the organic, fresh vegetables over here. The hydroponic vegetables, the aeroponic vegetables. Y'all want that GMO shit. No diddy. Y'all want the modified. Clickbait. Somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me. Where my moderators at? They ain't even with me tonight. Everybody mad at me. It's all good. It's all good. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up then. I was hoping that I could rekindle some of that magic that Death Note and Ant had going on earlier. But might need to do that another time then. Might need to do that another time where we can get this conversation going again. But as always, I thank you, those of you who did stop by. I thank those of you who are going to catch me on the replay. I thank those of you, and leave comments on the replay. I read those. Those of you who support in passing. Every little bit counts towards that algorithm, y'all. Every little bit counts towards my purchase of my sweet teas. So I think every bit of support I can get, all of it. So we're gonna go ahead and shut it down, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and shut her down. Say goodnight to the bad guy.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll that make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide, how to lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. So say good night to the bad guy.